Hello students. So students, in the previous class in the chapter that is getting to know the plants, we were talking about the different parts of the plant. You all are knowing that the plants, they are basically divided into two type of a system, and the one system is the root system, another system is that of the shoot system. When we say the root system which includes the roots of the plant, and shoot system, it includes the stem, branches, flower and that of the fruits. Okay. So we have started with that of the roots and understood that what is a root? Root of the plant is that part of the plant which basically present under the ground, okay, or under the soil. So the part of the plant which is present inside to that of the soil, inside to that of the ground, is known as the root of the plant. Now, how root is important for the plant, student? So there are a lot of a function which is performed by the root, which makes it a very essential part of that of the plants. So the first function we had understood that it provides anchor to that of the plant. So it helps the plant to get firmly attached with the soil, and due to which the plant is able to stand upright properly. So first thing is that it provided anchor to that of the plant. Second, students, is a very important one, that it helps in absorption of water and minerals. So you are knowing that basically the root hairs, they spread throughout that of the soil, and it helps in absorbing the moisture, the water and minerals which is present inside to that of the soil. Root hair, they used to absorb it and help in giving this water to the stem, so that the process of photosynthesis or the process of making food can take place easily. If we talk about the third one, students, so it will help in preventing the soil erosion. So the role of the root hair, that it help in firmly attach, it basically help in holding the soil. So when it hold the soil, so ultimately it will also help to prevent the soil erosion. What is the soil erosion? Soil erosion is you can say it happens when the upper layer of the soil get displaced from its place. It means the fertile soil, which consisting of a nutrient, which consisting of minerals in it get displaced from one place to another. That is known as the soil erosion. So it helps in preventing the soil erosion. Okay, now let us try to understand that what are the different types of the roots are there. So you see, students, if we see, basically a root is divided into two types, that is taproot and fibrous root. Taproot and fibrous root. So let us try to understand that of the taproot. What is a taproot? In case of a taproot, when you see the taproot, students, what you will find? You will find that there, first of all, a main root will enter into the soil. So a main single root will enter from that of the plant to the soil, and from this main root, other small root will comes out. Okay, so we can say that it is having a two type of a distribution, in which one main root is there and the other roots which comes out of it, that is known as the lateral roots. Okay, so main root and lateral roots are present in that of the taproot system. Okay, so we can say that it involves single straight single straight tapering root which goes deep under the soil, okay, and from this main root, many branches came out. Okay, so if suppose this is the root, students, so from this root other small branches of that of the root it came out. Okay, and such kind of a root which involves a main root and the branches of the roots in it, that kind of a root is known as a taproot. That is known as a taproot. Okay, so this is what? This is the taproot. Now you see, when we are saying the other branches, that is known as a lateral root. Okay, so we can also say that this taproot is also divided into two parts. Taproot is having a main root, that is the single root, and so taproot is having a main root, that is having a, we can say that is the single root, students, while other branches of the root which is coming from it, is called lateral roots. So you can see, student, one main root is there and the lateral roots are there. So if we see in this diagram, students, what we will find that this is what? This is the main root and these are known as the lateral roots. Okay, so the small branches which came out from it, that is known as the lateral root, while the main root which goes deep inside to that of the ground is known as the main root. So this is about that of the taproot, students. When you see that, you will find one more thing here, that is the main root is what? It is the thicker one. Okay, while that of the lateral roots which comes out from it, that is the thin in size. Okay, so one main root is the thick, but the lateral roots, they are thin. Okay, so we can write it. Taproot itself is quite thick. Taproot itself are quite. Taproot itself is quite thick, while the lateral root are thick. So one is thick and the lateral root which comes out from it, that is the thin one. Okay, students? Now, you will say that we have seen a few things in case of a taproot. Whenever we say that what is a taproot, so it is a root which consisting of a single root, a single thick root which goes deep inside to that of the ground, and from that single root many small fibers or many small thin branches will comes out from it. Such kind of a root is known as a taproot. This taproot basically consisting of a two part. One is the main root, that thick portion which goes deep inside to that of the soil is the main root, and the second one is the thin the branches that comes out from that of the main root. These are known as the lateral roots. Okay, so taproot consisting of a main and that of the lateral roots. Lateral roots are very thin while the main root is thick. Okay, what are the different examples, student? Those who possess the taproot. So you see neem is there, student, neem tree. When you see the neem tree, or pea plant is there, pea, marigold is there. Okay, or gram is also there, gram, carrot is there, mango, radish, mango, radish, beetroot, turnip, etc. So these are the different plants which shows the taproot. Okay, better you should write the examples, because even in the exams, question may be asked by giving the examples and asking that which of the following is having the taproot or that of the fibrous root. Okay, even if the difference when you will write it, there also you have to write the example. So this is all about that of the taproot. Now we will see the another kind of a root which is given here too. That is the fibrous root. Okay. So fibrous root. Fibrous root. Okay. When we talk about the fibrous root, student, first of all, there is no such kind of a main root is there or lateral root which comes out of it. But it basically consisting of the root which appears like a fiber, and you see, students, these all fibers are almost of a similar size. Okay, so it does not have a main root, but fiber like a root which is of the almost same size comes out, that is the fibrous root. Although all of them mostly comes out from the same point, that is the fibrous root. Okay, so we can write it. Fibrous root mainly consisting of thin fiber like root, of similar size. Okay, and these all will get spread to that of the soil, student, so that it will help the plant to get firmly attached with that of the soil. So came from the same point and it gets spread over a large area or spread over throughout that particular area, which help in making the plant to stand, making it to get firmly attached with the soil. So we can write it that it spread out the soil. It spread out of the soil and give a firm support to the plant. Which gives the support to that of the plant. So if we see the diagram, students, so what you will find in case of a diagram, if this is the, so from here itself a lot of a fiber like a structure it comes out in that of the from that of the ground, and these are almost of a similar of the size, students. So we can say that these are the okay. So this is what, student, this is, you can say that these are the fibrous root. These are of the fibrous kind of a root. Okay. What are the different examples, student? What kind of a plant they possess the fibrous kind of a root? So you see, students, grass is there, maize is there, and sweet potato is there, paddy plant is there. These all consisting of, and this all shows the consisting of the fibrous root. So we can write an example: maize, grass, paddy plant, that is known as a rice, or sugar cane. Sugar cane is also there, sweet potato, bajra, etc. So there are different kind of a plant which shows the fibrous root. Okay, so there is no such kind of a main root and that of the lateral root. It all will come from the same point. Most of them are of a similar in size and they appear like a fiber, and that is why the name of the root is also termed as a fibrous root. So this is all the basic difference between that of the tap root and that of the fibrous root. Okay, students. Now the next we will study, students, in the root itself, and that is food stored in roots. Food stored in roots. So you see, students, food stored in root. Even in the previous class also, when we were talking in case of a function of the root, we said that the function of the root is also to store food in it. Okay, so we had discussed a lot of a function, and in that one of the function of the root that it used to store food in it, like of a sweet potato is there or a carrot is there, students. You see that basically what happened, how the plant they used to, how the roots of the plant is able to store the food in it. So you see, what is the main function of the root? So root, how the root help the plant? The question. So you will say that it help in making it to stand upright. Okay, and the second and most important thing, that it help in providing the sufficient amount of water and minerals to that of the plant. Absolutely, it will help in providing the water and that of the minerals to that of the plant. So first thing that we will write it, that root helps in absorbing minerals and water for the plant. Okay, so it used to absorb all these things. Now this water and this mineral, with the help of the stem, it will reaches to the leaves of the plant. Okay, plant or the leaves, they need water so that they can carry the process of photosynthesis. So they perform the process of photosynthesis, and due to the photosynthesis, you students, you can say that formation of the food or the process of photosynthesis help in manufacturing the food in the plant's body. sorry. Okay, so food is now prepared in that of the leaves of the plant. Now not only the water and minerals, but the stem role is to carry the food also from the leaves to the different parts of the plant. Okay, so now this food will be carried by the stem to that of the roots also. Now some of the plants, the root, they used to store this food in it. Okay, so leaves are responsible for forming the, leaves are basically responsible for formation of that of the food, and this food will be get stored by some of the plant in its root itself, and in that case student, we used to take the root of the plant as an edible part of the plant. So in such a way that the food gets stored in the plant. Okay, so plants like that of a potato or sweet potato is there or carrot is there. In such case, the leaf, when prepare the food gets stored in the root. So we can write it. This water will be carried to the leaves of the plant. Leaves of the plants. So this water will be carried to the leaves of the plant. It will be carried to the leaves of the plant, student, and then leaves make food by the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Okay. This food will get distributed to all the parts of the plant. Root used to store food we can say, student, in some case, in some plants, roots used to store food in it. Okay, and in such a way the root used to store food in it. Example, student, so example is radish, carrot, potato, sweet potato, etc. So these are some of the plants, students, where the root used to store the food inside it. Okay, so likewise, student, the food gets stored in the root. So this is also a function of the root, very important function. But whenever the question is asked that how can you say that the root gets stored into the plant, you will always write that this is the process by which food gets stored in that of the roots. So this is the process by which the food can easily get stored into the roots of the plant. Okay. So students, now we will move to the next part of the plant, and that is stem. That is known as a stem of the plant. Stem. So what is the stem of the plant, student? You know that the part of the plant which goes in the upward direction, that is stem. Stem is what, student? A part of the plant which goes vertically above to that of the ground, that is known as the stem of the plant. When you see the plant, you find that the which part will goes in the upward direction, that is the stem. Even you say, students, the leaves and the fruits, they get attached to that of the stem. So that is why we can say that this is what, it is the part which is present above the ground, which goes in the upward direction. Okay, so we can write it. The part of the plant which goes vertically above, to the ground, is the stem of the plant. Okay, is the stem. Stem of the plant. So it goes in the upward direction. Now you see, another thing is there. When you see the stem of the plant, students, you will find that the stem of the plant is not very strong. They are weak and they could not hold the plant for a long time to stand erect. But you have seen that the stem of the tree, they are having the power to make the trees to stand erect. And that part of the tree is known as the trunk. Actually, it is the trunk only on which the branches, the leaves and the fruits they used to hold on. Okay, so we can say that in the trees, a thick stem, a big thick stem is there, which is known as a trunk, help in holding the tree and keeping it stand upright or erect. Okay, so stem of the plant is not very strong, but stem of the tree is very strong. Of tree is very strong. This part is known as trunk of the plant. Is known as the trunk of the plant. If you see the trunk, students, what you will find that in case of a trunk, it is covered with a tough protective layer that is known as bark. So bark is also a part of that of the trunk. Okay, so trunk is also covered by a tough protective layer that is known as bark. This trunk of the tree is covered by a protective layer, tough protective layer called bark of the tree. That is called as the bark of the tree, students. Okay, so this is the trunk is there, stem is there, and in the trees it is the trunk only which hold the plant, and trunk is covered by a protective layer, and that is known as bark.